Alright, y'all. We back. Episode 2, iSociety TV. We got a special guest in the building. Just dropped his debut album, Game Affiliated, not too long ago. Good book. How you living, man?
Living good, man. Feeling good, living good. Everything good.
I heard that, man. For those that don't know you, we're gonna go into your backstory a little bit. You know, feel free to talk about whatever you want based off, you know what I'm saying, what I'm talking to you about. So just go ahead and tell me where you're from and how your upbringing influenced you.
Man, good book. Born in Long Beach, raised in the IE. Have the best of both worlds as far as street knowledge and, you know, being in the streets and, you know, grinding and shit.
What would you say is the main difference that you see between Long Beach and then Riverside?
At the time, it was more of, you know, gang shit in Long Beach.
Yeah.
I didn't really see most of that in Riverside. I mean, it may be there now, but you already know how the gentrification movement be happening.
Exactly.
Trying to push everybody out this
Exactly.
way. So, you know, well, shit, when I was out here, it was just white boys, you know, skaters and stuff like that. So I was influenced by skaters. It was cool as hell. And Long Beach had me influenced by gang members.
And how would you say that that shaped you into who you are now as a person?
Man, it showed me that, you know, especially like being in Long Beach, a lot of bullshit going on all the time. You know, I didn't have to deal with it as much as they did.
Right.
So, you know, it humbled me in certain type of ways because, you know, it felt like I made it out somewhat, you know, as a kid. So, yeah, that influenced me in so many ways as far as like how I am today.
Right. And then when did you start getting into music?
I was into music really young. My pops had a record shop when I was a kid. I was always like influenced by Snoop and the West Coast movement, Dog Pound, all that. So, you know, that pushed me to, man, just record on tapes and shit. Grab my sister's boom box, Pop's old school tapes, record over his shit. He'd be mad about it sometimes, but you know, shit, I was trying to get my voice out some type of way. I don't care if it was just me listening to it.
Right. And then, do you remember the first song you actually recorded?
Yeah, me and C Dub recorded a song in the record studio. I was probably about 19 years old. 19 years old. I want to say it's called Y'all Old. Or Mama. Yeah, that might have been one of them. If it was one before that, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, we started very young.
And did that help you develop your love and passion for it?
Oh yeah.
Like your ability to know, like, okay, boom, now I got something recorded, now it's just gonna take off for you?
Yeah, because it went from me just recording off a boombox to actually being in, it wasn't the biggest studio, but it was an actual studio, you know what I mean, where I could close the door to a booth and it'd just be me and the mic. So yeah, that was a shit right there. That influenced me to then keep that shit going for sure. Right.
And then, did you have anybody in your life helping you with that too, or?
Not until I met Dub and Golden till Ism Records, because you know, I could talk about my family about it, but it's not like they didn't have any ties. You know, even though Pops would take me to like VIP in Long Beach, and I would, you know, be around the albums, bound the CDs, and they had a studio in the back where I actually met Snoop 2 or 3 times. But it wasn't like, you know, they were pushing me to do music or anything like that.
Exactly. So you kind of had to find those people that
yeah. It's crazy. The universe works like that. So ended up running to these dudes, and then we still rocking, doing music, recording. Yep.
Okay. And then what is your process when you get into the studio?
I like to listen to beats first.
Okay.
I'm all about listening to beats. I mean, I need a smacker. I'm looking for something that's gonna catch my ear. Or it depends on how I'm feeling at that particular time. And start writing. Come up with a hook first. If the hook not, shit, move on to the verses. You feel me? Am I gonna get a feature on this? I don't know. Depends on who's around. When my bros around, then we might do something, collab on it. Right. But yeah.
And then how often do you scrap stuff? I know a lot of times when people get into the studio, they might record 5, 6 songs, and then they might not like none of them, and they say, okay, I'm gonna just start over.
Sometimes I'll scrap some shit, or I'll just do a hook and a verse, and I'll keep it if I don't want to work on it right now, and then listen to it later. Maybe try to revisit that same energy that I had when I did that and see how I feel about it.
Okay.
But I don't think I've ever just said, fuck a song and just completely deleted it unless I came up with something that was better than what it was. Yeah.
Also, how long did it take you to come up with this album that you knew, okay, this particular group of songs, I'm gonna make this my album? Like, when did that click on for you?
The crazy thing was I already had a bunch of songs, and I think I was at Dub's house or something, and I was just like, man, I need more content now.
Right. Yeah.
So I was able to just piece these songs that I did over this year and just put them together, and they already sound, you know, it's
like
me.
Flow, exactly.
Yeah, they sound like they'll flow. So I just put them in a particular order, and it just came out to be something that I like. Listen to it over and over and over. Bros listen to it over and over and over. And whenever they felt like the song should be moved, we moved the song.
Right.
Mastered them. And then it just came together.
Right. And I think that's important too. A lot of times people will have in a camp, people won't tell them really the truth. Like, do the people in your camp tell you like, you could have went harder on this song, you could have went harder on that song?
Yeah, they be talking shit sometimes. And that's a good thing because I need that. Because like I said, I'm my worst critic, so you know, I kind of need them to listen to it a couple times and tell me where I should change my energy or anything of that sort. And they do that. You know, we don't want to put on the whack shit.
Right, exactly. Would you consider yourself a perfectionist?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it may not be 100% perfect to me, but I know when it's good enough.
Right, exactly. To where if somebody's not really inclined with the process behind it, like boom, they hear it. Okay, yeah, that sound right to me.
Right, exactly,
okay,
exactly.
So
if I can send it to him and he text me something good about it back, then we good. We good to go. Plus, like if I would try to sit there and make it 100%, I probably would never put it out.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So,
and I think that's a lot of, sometimes artists come into that problem, even with, whether that be artists who paint, draw, or artists who do music. A lot of times, they're such a perfectionist, it's like, okay, a little something might be off with the song in their mind, because you guys are creating the content, you know what I mean? You guys are the artists behind it, so you're going to hear something that we, the listeners, might not hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of times they get into that problem and they don't ever put out what they need to put out.
Yeah, man. Be sitting on a whole bunch of music. I'm still sitting on a whole bunch of music that I probably just need to
just put
throw out there.
I mean, even if it's like a little EP or something, a little mixtape.
Put a couple together and then, you know, give it to the people.
Exactly.
Do it the best way I can.
How did you come up with the name Game Affiliated for the album?
Oh, Game Affiliated, man. Like, that comes with the with being from Long Beach as well, because everybody that I was influenced by out there were like mostly gang members and stuff, but I was never a gang member. So, you know, it came from gang affiliation, but I was more about, you know, trying to learn the game.
Exactly.
So I was like, man, I'm gang affiliated. Feel me? And all the music on Game Affiliated is about being game affiliated.
Right.
It's a business of game. If more people listen, they understand. Yep. If not, then they may be a little too green.
On the album, actually, my favorite track is actually the blues. You know, it's just the way it be knocking in the car, just be like, okay.
Yeah.
And then what's your favorite?
Boy TV. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too, actually. The blues.
Right.
Shit.
And then two, I remember a lot of these came out. What do you remember about some of these songs in the studio? Like, is there anything that you can recall? Like, okay, this night we knew this was gonna be good.
Well, blues was man, I think I did blues by myself first, and then the homie came over and I put him on it. But trying to revisit that same night, blues. I got the blues. I think I was counting up some money or so, and then the hook just popped into my head, and then I found the beat, and then I just put that on there, and it just flowed.
You have an authentic feel to your music. You know, a lot of times in the music industry today, everything seems like it's the same, or everybody that's mainstream is trying to put out the same type of music. You know what I mean? You have your own unique type of sound.
Definitely.
Do you do that on purpose, or is that just happen like that?
It just happened that way, as far as just having my own lane, because I don't really listen to nobody else like that. I really don't. I listen to B-Fly music more than anything.
Right.
You feel me? So yeah, I just created my own lane and just kept going with it. I don't think I sound like anybody. People probably won't even know I'm a West Coast artist. I think today I wouldn't even consider myself that.
Right.
It's just an artist, period. It just depends on how I'm feeling. And hey man, if the flow goes with that beat, then I'm gonna put it on there.
Right, and I could respect that because a lot of times people don't want to dibble and dabble in all avenues, and you could tell by how the album is put together. The top third and the bottom third and the last third all sound different. You know, it's a different flow, but it all goes with, you know what I mean, the style of the album. You know, and a lot of times people they might have the whole album sound the exact same. You know what I mean? You kind of lose the value in the music when you just putting out quantity over quality.
Yeah, that's what I'm about, more quality, because I want to touch different avenues. I want to touch different people. The first half may not even be for everybody. It'll be for a certain corner. The middle might be for a middle corner. The bottom might be for somebody else.
Right.
So, I mean, as long as they all listen to the album, I'm really not tripping.
Right. And plus, that's how you gain that core base of fans that's gonna rock with you forever. You know what I mean? Like every big time rapper always got a core base. The Kendrick got a core base. Cole, you know what I'm saying? All these artists got a core base that they listen to, that they've been listening to them since they came up.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I remember when all these dudes first came out, and now they super successful. You know what I mean? And who's to say that can't happen for you and your music? You know what I mean?
No, that's for a fact, and I believe in that. I really do believe in that.
Right.
And I mean, it's all about longevity too. So just like a relationship, that's what I want with the fans.
Right.
You know what I mean? If somebody rocking with me, I know they're rocking with me the long way.
Right. Exactly.
Otherwise, man, they're not a fan. Most of them not anyways.
Right. Exactly.
We're gonna keep doing us, and if it fits your criteria, then
rock with it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like shit. Let's do.
And then what's the response you think from the album that you might have not expected?
Oh man, most of it is just squares. Like people that I would never have thought would like listen to me and be like, "Oh, this shit is dope." Have been hitting me like, "Man, I love this. I love that." But I think it's because most of all, like they've been watching me. They've been watching my stories and stuff like that, or me posting, and they're curious about my life. And you won't really know too much off of social media.
Right. Yeah.
You will know if you actually listen to the music.
And the cool part is those are going to be the ones who are going to be supporting you more than the average listener, because the average listener might be like, "Oh, he don't," and they start hating on you.
Oh yeah, we got that too. We got that too, but we sit and watch it. They watch it.
Exactly.
They watch your Instagram every day.
Every day. Got your name out, all of that. You know. So it's kind of crazy when you think about who you think is gonna support you and who actually supports you. So it's glad that you're starting to see your fan base growing. You know what I mean? Because you're coming from the grassroots, out the mud per se. You know what I mean? And I know you're doing it independently, but can I get your thoughts on independent route versus major route? Major label,
I think independent is cool, especially like recently, like the last say 4 or 5 years. It's been a big thing for a lot of artists, and it's been working. And I'd rather go the independent route to build up myself and work on my craft and have the fans grow with me versus just have a label put a stamp on me and treat me any type of way, especially a 360 deal. I'm not putting on a 360 deal.
But they're getting a lot of new artists in the game with that too, because they don't understand the business side of it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The business side is kind of the most important side, because if you don't understand the business side, then how do you think you're going to continue to grow?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When they're going to be sucking the life out of you artistically, because I know a lot of the major labels, they have creative control over what you do. They have control over what the album title is, what the track listing is.
You got this artist trying to get out of their deals. Yeah, I mean, you signed it. Yeah, so I'd rather go the independent route. I'd rather grind. You know what I mean? I'm not about to sign no deal for no $30,000 like some of these cats be doing. Man. I'd rather be out here selling my own CD or something like that, grinding and getting myself, put myself on.
And then you start to see a lot of dudes coming up now with that same mentality, and they're the ones who's blowing up the most. Yeah. Because I feel like back in the day, you might have needed the major more than you need now, because social media is so big now. Yes. Social media wasn't that big back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, you can reach 1 million people off of a video that's halfway funny or a cool dance. So I mean, I'd rather take those chances than signing a contract with somebody who don't even really like me like that. Yeah. So that's a beautiful thing that a lot of people are doing that. And it's going to continue to work. Right. Because the labels are going to want us. Exactly. If I build up a fan base big enough, they're going to be like, okay, we need your fan base. Exactly. We need somebody to promote to or sell this to.
And then that's when you could partner with them, like, okay, boom, we could do 2-3 albums together, but I need this, this
Oh
and
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Distribution is one of the easiest things to do nowadays.
Right.
I can distribute myself. You know, I can put myself on my platforms. I don't even call anybody for that anymore. You know, and I still have to give a certain percentage to whoever I'm distributing through, but I'd rather do that than mess with a label.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I would just try to reach a label for marketing. Marketing, that's it. I need to be in every crevice that you can put me in.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? I need to be on a country, a website. You know, hey, who's that at the top or something? You know what I mean? All over World Star, all that, man.
Yeah, but I think now is really the time, because I feel like now you put your stamp in the game. You know, a lot of times the first album is what really could put you in the game, but a lot of times people don't ever put out that first album. Right. You know, they might have a smash hit, but can't deliver a full list of songs for that album, you know, so that just goes to show you, you know, you have a specific work ethic that you put in, you know what I mean? And then can you go into what helped you create that and what helped build that work ethic inside you?
I think our boy Gold helped us a lot with the way we handle our shit as far as work ethic. You know what I mean? He gave us that business side of things, not just, you know, all the shit that we just believe is all fairy tales and shit. So he helped a lot, and us just growing over the years, man. We take this shit very serious. We're very passionate about it. So you know, we don't play when it comes to our music or our team in general.
Right. And you would say that passion helped you guys grow into what you guys are now?
Oh, definitely. If we couldn't relate the way that we do right now, we probably wouldn't be around each other.
And I think that kind of goes to show you, you know, it is possible to have a group of individuals stay together for a certain period of time without having to deal with the, you know, oh, he got more money than me, or he got more females than me, or he's more successful than me. Because a lot of times groups, even family groups, you know, will break up off of the greed or the jealousy or the envy, you know, and it's like, I can definitely see you guys are genuinely happy when everybody's winning in your circle.
Yeah, I think that's a part of us working on ourselves on a daily basis too. I mean, most of the time when you're working on yourself, you just have to know who's around you and what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? As long as we know how to move around each other, we'll be all right. And all those insecurities shouldn't even affect us as a whole.
Kind of diving on your Instagram and stuff, I see a lot, even sitting here now, I see a lot of the Me Fly stuff. Can you go into what that means and what are you guys doing with that?
Me Fly is my inspiration for living young. No boundaries, no barriers. I'm like a bird with no cage, man. No limits to how high we can go with it. And Me Fly just started as, it was just me and Dub and the younger cats that was around Gold. He would see us at the skate park doing little fly tricks and stuff like that. So he called our group Me Fly. And we just kept going with it.
Right.
And as far as the clothes and everything like that, that just came from us just wanting to rock our own brand.
Have your own unique look.
Yeah, we want to be flying our own shit.
Right. And I could definitely tell y'all don't follow the trends, you know what I mean? A lot of times with people, even if they start a clothing line, they'll try to copy what's hot with the designer companies and stuff like that. You know, you guys have your own niche and your own lane already that you guys are putting out, you know what I mean? So it's like, I could definitely see you guys growing more in 2022. You know, just based off.
Yeah, I see it too.
You know what I mean? Just based off y'all having that strong commitment to each other. You know what I mean? Having your own unique thing. Because at some point, people are gonna start looking like, okay, they don't never rock. You feel me? Well, everybody else rocking. Right. They don't do what everybody else doing. So let me hop on their wave.
Yeah, that's what people do too. So you know, hopefully they do go over here and hop on this wave. But this is what they want to be on.
Right. And then do you guys see yourself like opening a store or strictly online type of business? What do you see with the clothes?
I think when it comes to the clothes, we'll probably be focusing more online. If we do own a store, it'll probably come way later because I think the music is the focus.
Okay.
Getting the music out to the people first, and if we can keep shopping our clothes, we'll be all right. It comes with it. It's like it comes together. Like music comes with clothes. You know what I mean? So I don't see us doing too much consignment anymore. We've done that before, and until we get known on an international level, I think it's not going to be as beneficial as it could be.
Right.
Yeah. So I think the main focus is the music, and the clothes just gonna come with it.
Do you feel any pressure behind promoting your own brand and your own name?
Oh yeah. Most of the pressure I think comes from, people just know who we are and how we are and stuff like that. So there's a lot of hate.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when they see the name and they can tie the name to a specific person that they don't like or they have some type of issues towards, whether it's like their success or how they live their life and stuff. Like that's a little pressure right there. So sometimes I feel like we're not gonna have as much support as we want to have. But that comes with everything you do. There's always going to be someone who hates it. There's always going to be someone who likes it. So
right, exactly.
Hopefully the majority is the ones who showing love.
And then it's also all about just staying positive, you know what I mean? Like, yes, especially like you said, you're doing the independent route. It's a lot of influence going around to try to pressure people into going the major way, or with your clothing line, you're doing it your own way, you know what I mean? So it's like you kind of just got to stay positive, even though some days might be worse than others. Like, damn, I don't know if this is really going to pop or...
Right.
You
gotta stay positive and believe in yourself, man, most of all. Like, if at the end of the day, I mean, I have to believe in myself. I mean, I've been through so much shit, so why not? Right. If I'm gonna think anything negative, man, I gotta overcome that with doing something positive or believing in something positive. I believe in myself enough. Right. I believe in my team enough, so I feel like we won't have any issues getting what we need most of all, not what we want. Right, exactly. That'll come later.
And yeah, man, like I was saying, I'm proud of how y'all coming, because as young black men, we gotta support each other more. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff attacking us. We all got the house. You know what I mean? We gotta worry about if we even gonna get home. You know what I mean? A lot of times people don't have that worry. They think, oh, I'm gonna just go to work. I'm gonna come back. But we leave the house and anything can happen to us.
Man, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I will hope that, everyone around us is thinking that same way, because this is true. I mean, anything can happen to us as young black men out here. So we got to be aware of our surroundings, especially the people that we're hanging around, and what's going on when we out there in public.
Right. As you guys dropped the album, or you dropped the album, do you see like a lot of people coming up to you, or do you see more people supporting you, or do you think people are, how's that?
There's been a lot more people supporting us that I didn't think would. You know what I mean? There's a lot of squares and stuff like that that are showing us love that I didn't think would come our way. Right. Because of what they hear on the streets about us, whether it's good or positive. I mean, good or bad. But yeah, it's been really cool to see who actually supports you, as far as like them knowing you from the past, especially in family, of course.
A lot of times I see with people who are starting to get success, that's when they start seeing the most hate. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times the people you think will support you don't really support you. And the people that you would never expect, like you were saying, like, a lot of people are hitting you like that you would never even have thought listen to your music, but those going to be the ones who are rocking with whatever you drop. You know what I mean? As to where sometimes you grow up with people and you might drop some fire stuff and they want to be like you or be in a position you in, and they sitting back on you. Look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It comes with it. It's all right though. We gotta stay positive when it comes to people thinking negative of us. Right. You feel me? They talk. We hear the streets. We listen to the streets. We know that they don't like us, but it's all right.
I feel y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. We just stay on top of it. We stay doing us. We gotta keep pushing forward. Right. As long as we do that, we'll be all right.
And I could tell you are a real down-to-earth, humble individual, you know what I mean? And a lot of times in this game, or in the music industry, when you start getting success or you start dropping projects, people's heads starts to blow up. People start thinking they bigger than what they are. How do you stay grounded?
Man, I'm just getting to know myself every day. Most of all, trying to stay grounded. I don't focus on anything if it's something I can't control. I'm not too focused on it. So and I know where I come from. I never forget that. First time I was out here grinding by myself, I made $1 and I was happy about it. It was just because it came from just me grinding. Right. So I always stay humble, I always remain the way that I am, grounded, especially around my brothers.
So now I know you, a lot of times throughout this whole conversation, you always mention the people around you more than yourself. You know what I mean? So I could definitely see that their influence on you is really strong. You know what I mean? And you seem like you're a real selfless person. Were you always like that, or is that something that you had to grow into?
Oh shit! I think I've always been this way. I think I've always been this way. Because shit, I mean, at one point I needed help.
Right.
You know, so I can only do my best to try to help the people that are around me if they need me, and I'm sure they'll do the same for me. Give respect, and they'll give respect, and you'll give respect. Right. So, I've always been like a selfless person.
I definitely respect everything you guys got going on for sure. You know, I've been following you guys for years. You know, and y'all influenced me to even start my own brand. You know what I mean? With my clothing line, and like we were talking off camera about some of the stuff that goes on in America with my iLocical Society movement. It's like a lot of times we look at certain things and when we live it, it don't really make sense. You know what I mean? So that just ties into my whole iLocical Society movement. You know what I mean? With
that makes perfect sense.
With everything going on, like I was telling you, we know we're supposed to be healthy. We know we're supposed to be eating, but people turn around and eat the wrong thing, or have terrible health, or we don't apply ourselves in school when we need to, or whatever the case may be. A lot of the stuff I'm just looking like, man, that don't make no sense. You know what I mean?
We are in that iLocical Society, man.
You feel me? So it's like,
I think at the end of the day, everybody's trying to make the best of it.
Right.
You know? And it's hard to. It's hard to. You can only go so far on, you know, what you believe sometimes if you're influenced like that.
Right.
You know, I could be doing one thing and I can go on Instagram and be influenced by something different. You know, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's a hard life trying to live the right life.
Exactly. Especially when you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to do it your own route. You know what I mean? That's kind of the hardest route to take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to have X, Y, and Z bringing you down because they projecting their insecurities onto you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like, as people who are our own businessmen and own our own stuff, it's like we have to be able to create a shield and a defense system around ourselves to block out, you know what I mean, the negativity. Because the biggest thing that I realize is people are gonna project their own, like I was saying, insecurities onto you because they know they can't do that, or they feel like they couldn't do it, so they're gonna tell you can't do that either.
Yeah,
fall in line.
I like that. That's an interesting subject because that's almost I be telling people sometimes. If you're in a relationship, that's the type of person you shouldn't be with. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if someone around you is telling you that you can't, then obviously they don't believe in you.
Exactly.
You know, I'd rather be able to tell my significant other, like, yo, I'm gonna make $1 million.
Right.
And if they're looking at me like they don't believe me, why keep that type of person around? You know what I mean? They don't believe in the vision. They never seen it before. Most.
Yeah. Seeing is believing, and a lot of times people gotta see it before they believe it. But I always tell people everything manifests mentally before it's physical.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody seen this house and was like, I'm gonna build it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just here. You know what I mean? And a lot of people lose sight of that. Like, okay, I can't do it, so he can't do it either.
Right.
But it's like you didn't see that in your mind. I have a whole blueprint in my head that I'm gonna just put it down. And then once people start seeing it happen, like I'm sure people from the past will start seeing y'all plays in motion. Like, man, I never thought they was gonna get to where they at. You know what I mean? But y'all are just checking off y'all board like, did this, did that.
Did that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the best way we can, man. Just grind it out. Just keep grinding. Right. Sit and stay humble and keep putting that positive energy into the universe. And come back 10 times over.
10 times over.
You know, so I believe in that.
I want to touch on another thing because I was looking at your IG and this kind of ties back into everybody, what we've been talking about with our perspectives on life and stuff like that. I see that you travel often.
Yes, sir.
You know, so what was your favorite place to travel to, and what was the first big place that you went to on your own?
My first out of country was Tahiti.
Okay.
I went to Tahiti. I forgot what year that was. 2015.
Travel too much.
Man, it'd be hard to keep up with everything. Sometimes it's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
Right.
But Tahiti was the first place I traveled to out of the country. I had to expedite my passport because I never had one. And I was like, yo, I'm about to go somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna be. So travel agent, all that, hooked me up with a Tahiti trip for a cool price. I bought the tickets before I even had a passport.
Right.
So I was like, shit, get this expedited. Passport came straight to Tahiti. It was different, man. It was a humbling experience because people were out there were just happy, with nothing.
Right.
You feel me? On a bicycle doing wheelies with no shoes.
Exactly.
You feel me? In a tore up shirt, but happy about it. So it was pretty cool. And that just influenced me to want to travel even more.
Right.
I went to Tokyo.
Japan.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's different.
What would you say the main? Because on TV, it looks like high tech, high pace. Is it that same way in real life?
Yeah. I felt like I was in New York, but I'd never been in New York.
Right.
Yeah, it was a lot of people minding their own business. A lot of dudes in business suits.
Right. Yeah.
The coolest thing I experienced out there, I went to a bar probably like at 2 a.m. It was also like a bowling alley. And there was dudes in there napping, yo. They were like dead asleep on the floor. Woke up a couple hours later, went straight to work. Yo, grabbed their bags, went to work.
So no matter what they doing, they gonna get up and
go get it.
They gonna get up and get it. Where do you want to travel to next, if you have a place in mind?
Bali.
Bali?
Yeah, I want to go to Indonesia. I want to go. I want to check out some fabrics out there and stuff like that. Honestly, on a fashion tip.
Right.
Business suits and stuff, but also. You can live like a king off of a couple racks. Yeah, so, I mean, why not go experience that?
Exactly. You know, it's crazy because there's one dude who I listened to on YouTube, he was saying that people was buying houses in Ghana for $400.
Shit. Hey, like, that's crazy.
You know, it's crazy what the dollar exchange will do in a whole different country, you know. And people would never know that because a lot of times people can't think past their own backyard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think also that helps, you know what I mean, shape your mind frame even when you're doing music. Because you're thinking like, okay, say I'm out here, I could kind of see what they listen to, so I'm going to throw something into my music that nobody knows, but if they listen to it, they don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
that's cool. Yeah, man, all these places influence me in all type of ways. I do talk about it in my music. I do take things from other countries and put it in my music.
Right.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I influence. I think everybody should travel. Yeah. I think everybody should take it upon themselves to go get them a passport.
Just to be able to see a different way of life.
Yeah.
You know? Like, the first place I've been that was far was Hawaii. You know, I went when I was 18. You know what I mean? So it was like a eye-opener. You know what I mean? Because the only place I've been was Jacksonville, out here, California, Southern California, and then Canada. You know what I mean? But that's right on top of North America, so that's not really no difference. You know what I mean? So when I went to Hawaii, it was like air quality different, sunsets is different,
rain different,
everything different. You know, the beach water is clear.
Yeah, I've been over there a couple times too.
You know, so it's like, I always tell everybody, like, if you can just get out and travel, you know, a lot of times people just work. And it's like, sometimes you need to, you feel me, treat yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Take that trip, clear your mind, and then come back and do what you need to do.
Facts.
You know, because
you gotta get away sometimes.
Right, you know what I mean? Because every time I have a roadblock, like a mental block, I was like, man, let me just get out. I'll go on a hike or something with my dog or something and just instantly mind clear. I come back with whole new ideas.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So I think that's important to keep doing it. You know what I mean? A lot of times people don't have the opportunity to even leave the country.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, I know.
Yeah, man. Put down the weed for a couple months or something like that. Put down the drinks. Fuck going to a bar. Go get your passport. Take your trip away from this motherfucker at least once or twice.
Gotta travel.
Yeah.
Gotta travel. It's essential, you know. And it will help you shape your character too.
Yeah.
Cause like you said, people is out there happy with nothing. You know what I mean? Out here in America, a lot of times success is based on your material items.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you got the most expensive shoe or the most expensive belt or shirt or whatever, you popping.
Yeah, that's American dream right there. You get you a Gucci belt and you rich.
Come on now. But you're not really doing nothing in actuality compared to the billionaires of the country.
No, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? They walk around in regular jeans, a Hanes t-shirt, you know what I mean, some slides. And you would never know that they got all that. You know what I mean?
Yo, we was at a bike lot the other day, and Pitt's talking to this dude, and he just dressed regular or whatever, about to get him a little scooter. Like, okay, he give Pitt a little flyer with him on it.
Right.
Yeah, fucking drag car driver, you feel me? Dude was worth like $12 million or something like that.
You would never expect it.
Yeah, you would never expect it.
You would never expect it.
Yeah, you would never.
And that just goes to show, too, you need to network with people. Because you don't never know who's behind the voice. You know what I mean? You might have a conversation with somebody and he puts you in a position to, boom, now you got 100 million views on YouTube and you blowing up.
Yeah, you're right. Networking is where it's at, man.
You know, you always got to have a set, boom, okay, I got him, and him, but they all in different lanes. So I'm never in the same lane. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so you could hit every avenue. A lot of times people don't want to do that. People they get too comfortable. And I always tell people you can't grow unless you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, man. Don't get comfortable. I can't get comfortable, man.
You know.
Can't be content.
Exactly.
Yeah, I need more. I want more.
Exactly.
So.
And that just goes into my next point is, you know, do you feel like you need to put out more?
Yes.
After this album.
I know I need to put out more. I should have been putting out more.
Right.
I know this for a fact.
Right.
My worst critic. I'd rather ride around listening to it myself. You feel me? And critiquing it for 6 months or something like that before I'm like, all right, it's old now. Let me put this out. But I'm gonna cut myself away from that. I'm gonna get away from that and just start dropping it.
Right. Do you have your next project completed already, or are you?
It's already done.
Oh, it's okay. You have a name for it?
Yep, it's called Pressure.
Ooh, okay. What's that? Give me the meaning behind that title.
It's spelled Presshr.
Okay.
H-E-R. So I'm pressing her.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I'm pressure, yeah.
Okay, that's hard. That's hard. Okay, then when do you expect to be dropping that?
Shit, we're trying to drop that early next year, so it's gonna be early 2020. I mean, it started December, so that's right around the corner. Yeah. So,
and then you have any like shows you're gonna do, or you still
no shows set up right now? We was doing some stuff in Vegas a few months back, so hopefully we can get that back running. But no, we just a lot of visuals. Right. A lot of visuals. That's the only thing we're focusing on right now. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then how was that Vegas trip for you?
It was cool. Janky promoters. Some promises that weren't met. Okay. But it was a cool experience. We did get on stage. We did network with radio DJs. We did network with another artist. We networked at I forget the name of the studio. We networked with everybody they had in the studio. Right. They heard some of my music that I'm actually gonna have on Pressure, and they was loving that shit. And it was cool.
So that kind of helped you lay the concrete for your next, so you know how to do it next time. You know what I mean? So that's definitely good. So that way, the second album has more. You know what I mean? Clicks than the first album, just because you know how to navigate through the game now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because now it's like, okay, now I see how it works. I know who to work with, who not to work with. Now I'm able to put this out. And
stepping stones, man. Right. There's levels and stuff. So yeah, we know we're gonna deal with a lot of those, maybe, you know. But we're gonna always become smarter about it. Right. Yeah. And the main advice I'll give to you is just promote yourself. Whatever you can promote. Like I was listening to Grant Cardone speak on Vlad's platform, and he was saying that his only regret through the whole year was that he didn't put more money into the promotions. And this dude is worth millions of dollars, you know what I mean? And he controls like something crazy like $1.2 billion worth of real estate. Okay. And this dude, you would think that's promotion enough. Yeah. And he spent damn near $2 million on promoting. I could have spent more. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess there's no roof to that one.
There's no roof because you never know who you gonna touch. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
You always touch the most people you can.
Come on now. You know what I mean? As many places as you can, because what I've been hearing is the real money's overseas.
Man, I've been hearing that too.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people have been getting mad at us because we haven't touched that yet, as far as like business wise. And that's
have you started looking into it?
A little bit, just a little bit. Kind of get your. I'm still not 100% there, but I will find some places to try.
Right. I mean, you traveling, you might as well get some money out of it too.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just trust and believe that. You know what I'm saying? Your sound is gonna get heard. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people will go overseas more because people overseas rock with it heavier than.
No, they do. They show you a lot more love.
Right.
I mean, I got a couple friends overseas and they fuck with it heavy. And I didn't even know them before they heard the music overseas. And that's something crazy too.
Right.
Just to know that our music is touching a couple people overseas. I don't care if it was one or two. They still like hearing us.
Exactly.
And liking the vibe. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we'll get there.
Yeah, no, the sky's the limit for you for sure because just from what I've got from this is one, you humble, two, you down to earth, you know what I'm saying? You have an open mind to things, and your team is right. You know what I mean? You have a solid core. And a lot of times people get messed up in the game when they don't have a solid core, when they don't have a solid team behind them. When your team wishy-washy, then it's like you might take a step in a pothole and you in the, you know what I mean? You can't never get up out of it. You know what I mean? You stumble and fall, you can't get back up. A lot of people can't recover from that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I definitely agree with that. Yeah, we got a foundation, man. And that's what you need to start putting walls up. So we just build them.
Yeah, and then, like I said, man, I'm sure you've influenced hundreds of people, thousands of people, you know what I'm saying? Because you influenced me for sure. You know what I mean? So your impact goes beyond just the music. You know what I mean? You always got to remember that you have a significant role now. You know what I mean? Now that you're on a public platform, you have different influences, and you got to be mindful of that. A lot of times people ain't mindful of that. You know what I mean? And you can see it's affecting in the rap game today with all these rappers dying so young. You know what I mean? Whether it be you get some money and you stay in the same position you in when you should have been got out, but you're frowned upon for trying to get out. You know what I mean? Or they sipping lean, doing pills, like, and not realizing like that's really destroying your body. You know what I'm saying? But it's so glorified. You know, now you got the youth doing it too. Now the youth is dying. You know what I mean? I have a couple of people who I went to school with, and I graduated class of 16, so I'm fresh out of high school. Right. I got people that's in rehab today that I went to school with. 21 years old. You know what I mean? You got rappers 20, 21 years old passing away from overdoses.
Overdosing of pills.
You know, it's crazy out here. You know what I mean? So it's good that you grounded. You know what I mean? You got your own sound, and you're not trying to follow no wave.
Yeah, you know make the wave, man.
You gotta make it, because eventually people gonna hop on, and the same people hating not gonna have no choice, but because they're gonna be looking like, you got the shirt, you listen to his music, then they're gonna be in their cart. Playing it with your shirt on. Exactly.
Yeah, I got
you know
the
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pre-ordering your stuff, you know what I'm saying? But would never tell you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the impact is gonna reach. You just gotta be able to promote it, you know what I mean? Keep applying pressure like your album.
Yeah, I'm stepping on next, man. 2020.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
everything's in your reach. You gotta remember that. Like I was saying, everything's manifested mentally before you can put it out physically. So as long as you see your vision, boom, and you could put it into motion, everything's gonna happen.
Yeah, we've been working on it for way too long, man. So the vision is it's coming together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
2020 gonna be perfect.
It's crazy. And like I'm saying, y'all, this episode 2, you know, so I appreciate you coming on, giving me an opportunity. Even though I'm not a big platform, I'm growing myself.
It's a platform.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a platform, like you said. So I'm trying to build my fan base, my core. You know what I'm saying?
Walls. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And network with y'all to open some lanes for myself. You know what I mean? So episode 2, y'all, iSociety TV. We're gonna have all different type of everything on this. You know what I mean? So next album drop, you back on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You welcome again. You know what I mean? And hopefully the following is even bigger by that time.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody just needs opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And you either lay in wait or you gonna get it, you know what I'm saying? If you lay in wait, you might not never reach your potential. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who worked hard, you might have talent, but you gotta put work into it.
Yeah, man. The day you laid off, you could have got paid off, man.
Come on. People gotta really say that again. Say that again.
The day you laid off, the day you could have got paid off.
Come on now, people. Come on, you gotta listen to that, man. This man been dropping game this whole episode. He been dropping knowledge this whole episode. Good book. It's All Good book on IG. You know what I'm saying? Game affiliated, out on all platforms: iTunes, Spotify, whatever. You got videos dropping soon?
Yeah, videos dropping soon, just like Pressure.
Okay, yep. Hey, video, you heard the man. Video dropping soon. He gonna be everywhere. You're not gonna be able to turn on nothing without seeing him. You know what I'm saying? It's coming soon, believe that. You know what I mean? You're going to be seeing everybody on their clothes, everybody on their music, so y'all better get on now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hop on now so people can be like, yeah, y'all was on it. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I appreciate you for coming out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for telling a little bit of your story, getting to your background.
Oh, no problem.
You know what I'm saying? Again, y'all go cop that man album, Game Affiliated. Follow on IG. It's all good book. The iSociety clothing.org. That website is gonna have him as the featured artist for the week. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have the link in the bio. I'm gonna have the link in everything to what he got going on, so y'all can go check him out. We're gonna be doing a lot of promoting. You know what I mean? Stay on the lookout for more work from him, man. I'm proud of what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's always good to see another black man succeed in this world. You know what I'm saying? With everything that goes against us, like I was saying earlier. And I'm just glad to see that you're doing your thing. You know what I mean? So,
yes, sir.
Appreciate you for coming out, brother. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'll see you again. I'm on everything, you know what I mean? So I'll be watching.